Literally called out the year. He said the year 2024 is going to be the year that this all comes out. And you know Cat Williams is just eating all of this up. Diddy definitely plans on bringing everyone down with him. It started with R. Kelly and Epstein, and it goes all the way to Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, poor Justin Bieber, and many, many others.
Epstein-like, right? But new court documents are revealing a lot more.
The disturbing allegations against Sha Diddy Combs have opened up a can of worms that could lead to further exposure of celebrities potentially involved in or aware of his alleged activities. Federal charges of trafficking and racketeering in the Southern District of New York have already rocked the entertainment world, leaving many questioning who else might be named in upcoming trials or lawsuits.
Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it off.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Off of Justin Bieber alone.
He's in a world of trouble. And I hate to bring up his name, but it is apropos in this particular situation. Remember what Suge Knight said? Y'all remember that? When Suge Knight said he was in a world of trouble? Because Suge Knight said, listen, he knows a lot. And so you're looking at a potential situation where it could arguably mirror that of Jeffrey Epstein. Remember him? August 10th, 2019. Prison guards found, I'm reading right from online. Guards found American financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein unresponsive in his jail cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City, where he was awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Tried to perform CPR, couldn't resuscitate him, pronounced dead at a downtown hospital at 6:39 a.m.
Online chatter has intensified as new accusations emerge. The latest twist came Monday when Jay-Z, a close music peer of Combs, was named in an anonymous civil lawsuit filed in October. The lawsuit alleges that Jay-Z and Combs were involved in the misconduct of a 13-year-old girl in 2000, a claim that escalates the stakes in the growing scandal.
The anonymous accuser alleging the assault occurred after she was driven to an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards. The suit says she was offered a drink that made her feel, quote, woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. Shortly after, the suit claims Jay-Z and Diddy entered the room where she was resting, eventually sexually assaulting her. And now, just in the last hour, we are hearing from Jay-Z and his team of lawyers. They are denying the claim and say that they are the victims of blackmail, saying, quote, I will not give you one red penny, and my only heartbreak is for my family.
I've personally already been threatened multiple times on social media. And when I agreed to pursue this, I expected as much. This isn't my first rodeo. But victims who step forward to have their voices heard should not be subjected to that kind of conduct. They should not be targeted.
The complaint initially named only Combs as a defendant, but after negotiations, Jay-Z was added in the refiled case. This marks the first major celebrity beyond Combs to be implicated, raising questions about whether Combs' inner circle is as untouchable as it once appeared.
In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? He added, my only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people.
Jay-Z is at the forefront of celebrities potentially facing legal fallout alongside Diddy. He's been linked to the ongoing case, with speculation that he could be subpoenaed. A former prosecutor noted that high-profile figures close to Diddy, including Jay-Z, might be called to testify due to their proximity to Diddy's events, especially the notorious private parties.
Wait, so hold on. Why is there chatter about Jay-Z being in the same club as Diddy? Allegedly, it's because of his interest in young girls. So rumor has it that Jay-Z exploits young women in the industry, young enough to be his own daughter. Now, if you've been following Jay-Z closely, you'll know that he's far from the wholesome family man he portrays himself to be. So Jay-Z has been under scrutiny for quite some time. Do you guys remember when he was romantically involved with Foxy Brown? Yeah, she was just 15 years old and he was 27. That raised more than a few eyebrows. But wait, there's more. Jay-Z maintains close friendships with Diddy, Russell Simmons, and R. Kelly, each of whom has faced allegations related to their relationships with underage girls. Now, with fresh evidence coming to light, it won't be long before Jay-Z has to address these shady connections.
Rumors are growing that Jay-Z was involved in Diddy's criminal activities and may have helped him evade law enforcement. Reports suggest several high-profile figures connected to Diddy, including Jay-Z, could face legal scrutiny as investigations intensify.
50 Cent is saying Jay-Z is going to be exposed next after Diddy. So Jay-Z had a close relationship with Diddy throughout his career, and 50 Cent pointed out that Jay seems to be missing after all the raids rained down on Diddy. Jay-Z was allegedly named on Epstein's client list. Epstein is a prolific child predator who would serve up underage girls to the elites. Epstein would fly out his clients and the girls to a private remote island in the Caribbean where they could get away with it and the girls couldn't escape because they were surrounded by sharks. It's been rumored Jay-Z had his own private island where the same stuff went down with Diddy, and we haven't seen the footage until now. And the similarities to Epstein are startling. It's in a remote part of the Caribbean and it has a landing strip. After Diddy's private jet landed in the Caribbean, it suspiciously went off the radar. So users are suspecting Jay's private island is where Diddy disappeared to, or at least hiding evidence. And they are also suspecting that this is where the hip-hop predator ring occurred.
With the whole Diddy that's popping out, 50 Cent is at Jay-Z's neck, because here's why. Jay-Z and Diddy rapidly was making mad money out of nowhere, and they always talk about it. Same thing with 50, but 50 showed you that he was a hustler. Yeah. It's damn hard to be a millionaire in this world.
Let alone a billionaire.
It's damn hard to be a billionaire in this world. Both of them, if I'm not mistaken, Diddy did touch billionaire status. My point being is, has 50 been declared a billionaire before? No, but he's one of the wisest, smartest businessmen in this world. And he'll talk to you about business, he'll talk to you about how to make money, all that. It's like how Jay-Z has. 50 Cent has sold drugs just like Jay-Z has. Yeah. But how the hell is 50 Cent not a billionaire, but them two are? We're just trying to get out of here, bro. Hey, yo, it's coming out soon, Jay. They coming after your Your is next. Rumor has it him and Beyonce are getting a divorce behind the scenes. They realize that they're stronger together than they are divided. So right now they're more so together as a business rather than as like a I'm only doing this shit. Jay-Z's name is getting brought up in the So Diddy.
Diddy was arrested in September 2024 on federal charges including racketeering, trafficking, and transporting individuals for adultery. The indictment alleges he ran a criminal enterprise for over a decade, involving coercion and exploitation, particularly during lavish parties he hosted.
Even though Diddy threw hundreds of parties over the decades and took a lot of pride in doing so, Diddy's annual white parties were especially well known, starting back in 1998 with only 200 guests at his Hamptons home. Diddy described it as the craziest mix. Some of my boys from Harlem, Leonardo DiCaprio after he just finished Titanic, I had socialites there and relatives from down south. Sounds pretty innocent, but by the time he threw his last white party, specifically in 2009, co-hosted by his unexpected bestie Ashton Kutcher, we'll get back to their weird relationship later. When you said white party, people in Hollywood immediately thought.
The indictment alleges that Diddy's events, fueled by substances and intimidation, involved trafficking women for coerced intimate acts. Covering activities since 2008, Diddy has been denied bail and remains in detention awaiting trial, though he denies all charges.
They say this: for decades, Sean Combs, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
Stephen A. Smith commented on Diddy's legal troubles, suggesting the case could implicate others in the entertainment industry. Diddy's indictment has sent shockwaves through both Hollywood and the music world.
He's a big enough name.
to go after with these charges that have been leveled against him. No doubt about it. Federal charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, transportation, and engaging in prostitution, etc., etc. Those are very serious charges. And he's a big enough name. He's worth over $400 million. He's a public figure. Very high profile. Yes, that's a big enough name. I don't believe all of this is happening because it's just Sean P. Diddy Combs thereafter. I believe thereafter others as well.
Smith believes the case goes beyond Diddy and could expose a larger network of involvement. He noted that federal authorities may be targeting more high-profile figures, drawing parallels to past cases involving Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein.
First one, when those guys that were chasing Ethan Hunt, aka Tom Cruise, was saying this is not complicated. You find somebody's soft spot and you squeeze. You squeeze Sean P. Diddy Combs, knowing he's a public figure, knowing the connections that he had, knowing that he wasn't in this alone, assuming they're right with the charges and allegations that they've leveled against him, to get others. You went after Jeffrey Epstein. You went after Harvey Weinstein. Who else are you after? You're trying to get everybody.
Smith warned that this could trigger a broader industry-wide reckoning, with multiple celebrities potentially linked to Diddy's infamous underground events and lavish parties.
I'm just reading from some of these stories because I think it's important to point this out. When you highlight and you talk about some of the charges that have been leveled against him, and you see some of the stuff that's being said about him. Look at this right here. Former Danity Kane singer Aubrey O'Day writes, I never thought I would see this day, she told TMZ. We all buried this inside of us in order to be able to keep going. And not just me, but victims you don't even know yet. We're all processing what that type of vindication can actually feel like now.
The next high-profile figure in these allegations is Jennifer Lopez, who had a well-known relationship with Diddy in the late 1990s. While their romance made headlines, rumors now suggest Lopez may have been involved in some of Diddy's alleged criminal activities.
They're always dressed to impress. MTV couldn't get enough of them. Remember TRL? Anywhere they went, paparazzi followed. This was a different time. Everyone wanted to know what they were going to wear. Puffy's white party, loved up, and everyone was like, OMG, they're so cute. Then December 1999, they go to a party in New York. There are pew-pews involved. They both get arrested. Later, J-Lo was off the hook. I vividly remember people were like, goodness gracious, poor J-Lo, she's with a bad boy, they should break up. But they didn't. They went to the Grammys together. She wore this Versace gown. Everyone lost their minds. They coordinated, wearing matching white outfits at the MTV Video Music Awards. Then it came all crashing down. Valentine's Day 2001, they announced they broke up. 7 months later, she married Chris Judd. And then they divorced after 9 months. Diddy and Kim Porter reconciled. Although maybe they were seeing each other in between, and who knows who else he was seeing.
Her past involvement with Diddy during the 1999 nightclub shooting, which led to Diddy facing weapons charges, adds further complexity to her current situation.
Affleck was given tapes of Jennifer Lopez from Diddy raids by FBI.
But no, according to Suge Knight.
The tape showed J-Lo's involvement in 1999 shooting, Knight says. I mean, whether Suge Knight said that is immaterial. Really, but I do question, Jennifer Lopez, because she was with and engaged to the diddler, wasn't she? I mean, back in the day. How are you that close to somebody where you're not aware of some of the shit's going on? I'd be shocked if she didn't know. So you count on her to be a witness for the prosecution. She's trying to stay as far away from this as possible.
And
I don't know that I would, hold a candle up to what Suge Knight has to say.
Legal experts suggest that Jennifer Lopez may be called to testify, given her proximity to Diddy during the period when some of the accusations against him are said to have occurred.
Because they didn't fit the image of what the society considers to be a good person. History has shown us how individuals can be wrongfully convicted due to their past action. The problem with this is that it's all on fucking video. They got terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of video. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at him, laugh at my son's life, crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. That is truly sad for a mother, honestly. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against your son so quickly.
The next name tied to Diddy, following Jay-Z, is none other than the queen of hip-hop herself, Beyonce. Rumors suggest that Beyonce may have been involved as a crime partner with Diddy in several instances.
Beyonce is allegedly running and hiding with the kids after Diddy's lawsuits continue to mount and her time is limited, because many people are saying that her husband Jay-Z is next. So Queen Bey gave Jay the impression she was going to be there for him through thick and thin after surviving multiple affairs. But she had to call it quits as Jay is allegedly facing prison time after his alleged involvement with his best friend Diddy in trafficking. Bey is allegedly separating her assets with Jay to protect her brand after allegedly secretly filing for divorce from him back in June. Bey and Jay knew about Diddy's wrongdoings, so they could be considered accessories to the crime, and some are saying they might be a little more involved with the Colombian dancing powder than we originally thought. Bey specifically might be investigated after it was speculated across the internet that she may have allegedly deleted her competition and may have allegedly had Jay's mistress Kathy White murked. This is why Bey is releasing albums and going on concert, because she's trying to stack that paper before the charges rain down.
One of the most startling claims is the allegation that Beyonce played a role in Aaliyah's tragic plane crash. According to rumors, it is suggested that Beyonce intentionally arranged for Aaliyah to board a faulty plane, leading to her untimely death.
I want you to think about this. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane, to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter. Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone.
Insiders like Kat and Jaguar Wright have taken the conspiracy theories even further, claiming that Aaliyah may have been drugged and forcibly carried onto the plane. According to these allegations, Aaliyah didn't board the overloaded aircraft voluntarily but was instead incapacitated and coerced onto it.
He was drugged and carried on. Why does no one ask Hype? What was so great about that piece of shit fucking soul plane? And why couldn't she walk on it by herself?
Ooh-wee.
Why did she have to be carried?
She was terrified to get on that plane.
Told Dame it didn't look right.
The next name tied to the ongoing controversy surrounding Diddy is Stevie J. Despite publicly defending Diddy, he is now facing allegations of being actively involved in some of Diddy's criminal activities. Reports suggest Stevie J could potentially be on an FBI list for arrest warrants due to his alleged connections to the case.